Om Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 12th verse. सत्याशिषो हि भगवंस्तव पादपद्मम् आशीस्तथानुभजतः पुरुषार्थमूर्तेः अप्येवमार्य भगवान् परिपाति दीनान् वाश्रेव वत्सकमनुग्रहकातरोऽस्मान् सत्याशिषो हि भगवंस्तव पादपद्मम् आशीस्तथानुभजतः पुरुषार्थमूर्तेः अप्येवमार्य भगवान् परिपाति दीनान् वाश्रेव वत्सकमनुग्रहकातरोऽस्मान्. So this is the last verse of the Dhruva Stuti. 12 verses, each one corresponding to each Bijakshara. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this one is Yakara, which means to this verse corresponds to Anugraha, grace. See, even in the Bhagavad Gita, the Charma Shloka is considered to be the most profound and the most important. It's called the Charma Shloka, which is last chapter, 18th chapter, 66th verse. There are about 72 verses, I think, in the last chapter. 66th verses. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. So this verse is also referred to as Anugraha Shloka, Anugraha Mantra. It's called Charama Shloka of the Rahasya Trayam. In Vaishnava Sampradayam, there is one work written by, I think it was written by Vedanta Deshika or Periyavachan Pillai, I don't know, one of them, called as Rahasya Trayam. The three truths, the three universal truths, or the three secrets, and each one is a mantra. So the first one is the Ashtakshara, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, the Ashtakshara. The second Dvayam is Shriman Narayana Charanam Sharanam Prapadye Srimate Narayanaya Namaha. This is called Dvayam. I think we did the Dvayam chanting during one of the yatras. The third one is the Charama Shloka. Om Namo Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tva Sarva Papebhyah Moksha Ishyami Ma Shuchaha. So what is interesting in this verse is he says Moksha Ishyami. Ishyami in Sanskritam is I will give you in the future tense. I will give you Ishyami. And what it means here is, what will he give you? Moksha. Moksham. Moksham Ishyami. I will give you moksha. Ma shuchaha. Do not worry. But when you surrender everything, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, you drop all your conceptions, your notions, your understanding, your beliefs, your faiths, your preconceived ideas, your fantasies, your fanatic ideas, all of that, drop all of that. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Sarva Dharman Parityajya doesn't mean that you drop your religion and come to my religion. That doesn't mean that. Sarva Dharman Parityajya means drop all that you're carrying as your ideas, your these idiosyncrasies. Drop all of them and Maam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Aham Tva Sarva Papebhya. Maam Ekam Sharanam Vraja means come and surrender to me alone. Mam ekam. Surrender to me alone. In fact, you go to, I think, Parthasarathi Kovil. In his hand, it is written, Mamekam Sharanam Braja. So the word is written. In Tamil, I think it's written. So what it means is, to me alone, you surrender yourself. To me means what? To this universal principle, to this Bhagavan that you are propitiating to the one that you're holding as the highest that you're wanting to achieve. You are the one that you're holding as the ultimate Purushartha. Purushartha Murtehe. Purushartha Murtehe means the form or the ideal that you are holding as the highest. To that, surrender yourself completely. Purushartha, there are 4 types of Purushartha: Kama, Artha, Dharma, Moksha. Kama, Artha, Dharma, Moksha, 4 Purusharthas or 4 goals with which usually human beings drive their life. So the highest Purushartha is Moksha, according to our scriptures. And Moksha is liberation. Liberation is that merging, that unison, or that oneness, or that complete identification, or merging into that universal principle that you hold the highest. To that he says, Mam Ekam, to that alone, Sharanam Vraja, come and surrender yourself. ஏதாவது ஒன்று பிடிச்சிக்கோ. Hold on to something and hold it dear to your life. It could be Narayana, it could be Ranganatha, it could be Narasimha, it could be Krishna, it could be Shiva, it could be Ganesha, it could be Muruga, whatever. Hold it dear. Hold it so dearly that you have no doubt. There's not a single iota of doubt in that faith. Hold that principle, that ideal so dearly, then he says, Aham tva sarva papebhya. I shall come and release you from all papa that you have done. All the negativities that you carry, all the sins that you have done, I will release you from that. Moksha ishyami. I will release you, I liberate you from that, and I will give you moksham. Ma shuchaha, do not worry. He ends it saying, do not worry. Do not worry. Why does he say? Because Ittana na sonnapramo, if you have a doubt somewhere, after all I have said, if you still carry some element of doubt, he says, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm telling you, no, don't worry. So like when you go to somebody, or you also, when your children come to you, when they are much younger, children will come and tell us, but don't worry. So when we go and tell, when you are in a place and position of authority, or in a position you are protecting your, we tell the person who's coming to you for some kind of asylum, some kind of protection, some kind of security, some kind of solace. What do you say? We tell them, do this, and then we'll tell them that don't worry. Like I told you, our guru, when we met, my wife Kavita, we met him, and then he was in the hospital bedridden. Then we came out, and then Kavita went in again alone. She wanted to see him alone. So then the only mantra he gave, he told her, the mantra I'm giving you is do not worry. Do not worry. So when a saint gives a mantra of that type, right, do not worry means it is really a mantra which means I am there to take care of you, or you will be taken care of. Do not worry. Ma shuchaha. So that becomes the pivotal point for how you run your life. Once you've been told do not worry, you don't have to worry about, oh, should I not worry about this? Oh, I should worry about that. No, do not worry means that's it, period. Do not worry about anything. You should not worry about anything. Nothing should be the cause of worry. But we will get worried, we will get worried, we will have problems, we will get stresses and all that. But we then bring this reminder again. Ma shuchaha, do not worry, do not worry. Aham tva sarva papebhyah. But when will I give you that? When you do this, sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam prajaya. You have to come and surrender. You're constantly running around with your mind, your ideas. I should do this, I should do that. Ayyo, 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 ayyo. And then you also think that, Bhagavan told Ma Shuchaha, don't worry. How can I not worry? கடவுளா இறங்கி வந்து பண்ண போறார். Is God going to come down and do it? I have to do it now. This is also something that we tell ourselves. The way to fool ourselves. Is Bhagavan going to come down and do? I only have to do. Of course you have to do. It is not about saying that you stop doing everything, suddenly there will be a Bhagavan who will come down and do everything for you. Doesn't mean that. You become an instrument. Say that Bhagavan, you operate through me. I have to act. I have to do these things. I have to. When there's a bomb falling, I have to run to a bomb shelter. I cannot stand there and say Bhagavan will come and stop the missile. Miracles can happen. But you don't know if this lifetime that miracle is going to happen for you, right? You don't know. You stand there waiting for a miracle, you'll get a missile. So you go to a bomb shelter, you do whatever is required. You have to stock up a little bit, stock up. But we shouldn't get paranoid.
பகவான் வந்து நம்மளுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி தடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா அந்த அளவுக்கு நம்ம வந்து we should be qualified for it, இல்லையா?
Absolutely.
அந்த மாதிரி
Correct. And if he has to do it that way, see, again, death for me is not the end of it. If you have to die in a particular way, you'll have to die somehow, right? This is one particular way you die. The point is not about death so much. The point is, does Bhagavan want to show this as an example for people around that, oh, look, you have this kind of faith, this will happen for you. See, a lot of miracles, why do they happen in the presence of a lot of people? So that others know that what you need to be, so that a miracle can happen in your life. Should believe in that great supreme consciousness, supreme personality, whatever that is there, that Bhagavan. To have that faith, Bhagavan shows these examples and instances. Right? It doesn't mean that saints don't die. It doesn't mean that great Mahans did not die. There are people who have lived even for 200, 300 years. Trilanka Swami, who lived in Kashi for 300 years. But at the end of it, he dropped his body and he went. He died. Death is inevitable. But how do you live is the point. When you live, are you living as though that I am completely surrendered to you in my mind? I know you're taking care. I will do what is required. See, I was talking to my team the other day, and I was telling, see, when there's an explosion that's happening right besides 1 kilometer distance, there is an explosion that happened. It shook the whole house. Glasses were shaking and the whole house was shaking. Okay. And your body also shakes, right? Because that kind of an impact, your body shakes, adi vairu, odambella adum. And it causes some kind of an uneasy, uncertain or uneasy feeling within you. Right? Some kind of a fear, some kind of an uneasiness goes in. Sound can do that. Then what do? We have access to sound that gives you well-being. Play a mantra, play a chant, do a shloka. Sattama will play Hanuman Chalisa. Sattama you play whatever these chants that are available, which have been created for well-being. If a sound can disturb you, there are sounds that can also solace you, can also comfort you, can give you well-being. Right? And we know that can give you protection. There are sounds that can give you protection. Those mantras are available to us. Fortunately, we've been given those tools. So let's use that. This is the idea of surrender, which means surrender is not one time. Like again in Vaishnava Sampradaya, there are two things that they do. One is Samashrayanam, and the other is something called as Bharanyasam. Again, there are two schools of philosophies. One is the Vadagalai and the Tengalai. The Vadagalai do something called as Bharanyas. What they do is essentially this is an act of surrender. Prapatti. The act of surrender is not a one-time act. You can't say I surrendered. You can never say I surrendered in the past tense. Your life, you're living. You will constantly get opportunities where you have to figure out how to live. Living a life of surrender is the important thing. Living a life of grace. See, surrender and grace are very closely linked. Moksha ishyami, when you do sarvadharman parityajya, mamekam sharanam. You come and have fall at my feet, or you surrender yourself. These are representations of the idea. When it doesn't mean that way, right? It means that in your heart you bow down to me, you offer me all your problems, all your issues, all these ideas that you're carrying. You always want to be right. You always want to be on the driving seat. Tesla released cars that are auto cars. You can sit in the side seat and the car will go automatically. How much are we willing to let go of the steering for a little while and say that, Bhagavan, you're driving the life. For whatever reason you're put me in this situation, we are going through this. For whatever reason I'm going through this. I know at the end of it, it'll be beautiful. This faith is there, right? At the end of it, I know it'll be beautiful. Nobody can teach it to you. We have to. Like one master said, that devotion can never be cultivated. You either have it or you don't have it. You either have it or you don't have it. Devotion can never be cultivated, but you can pray that you get devotion. He says, pray to Bhagavan that may you get devotion. என்ன பக்தியே வரலையே அப்படிங்கிறது ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது. Even if you go and sit in a bhajana mandali, you go to temple 500 times, உள்ள பக்தி வரல அப்படிங்கிறது can't do much. You have to pray that you get devotion. If you know that devoting yourself, your mind, your heart, your emotions, your feelings, your ideas, your thoughts, your aspirations, your desires, எல்லாத்தையுமே devote பண்றது, to devote in devotion to Bhagavan, if you think that's a beautiful thing and that is the way to live freely, then pray to him to give that devotion. Right? This is the way to live. You cannot say, I surrendered, I did Bharanyasam, I did Samashrayanam, I already did Prapatti, I surrendered to my Acharya, my Guru. It's never in the past tense. What about tomorrow? Are you not going to surrender tomorrow? What about today? Are you not going to surrender now? When are you going out? Are you not going to surrender to Bhagavan? You have to. Right? God puts us in positions where we express this. He'll put you in a position where now he will test and say that, okay, now show me, do you really surrender yourself to me? See, all of us go through this dharma sankatamana nilama, or situations where you're cornered, we're put into a situation. Life puts us into different situations where we have to kind of give up and surrender. God gives us these situations. Bhagavan gives us these situations, and that is also grace. Because Like Kunti said, give me more difficulties so that I can continue to think of you, Krishna. We don't have that kind of guts. We say, Bhagavan, we already have too many problems, don't give me any more. இருக்கிற பிரச்சனையிலேயே உங்களை என்னால யோசிக்க முடியல. I can't think of you even while these problems are there. If you're going to give me more, I can't. I definitely will not have time to think of you. But it's important. That is when we think about bringing our mind to devoting ourselves. So what Dhruva is saying here is satyashisho hi bhagavam stava pada padmam ashis tathanu bhajata purushartha murtehe. Those who worship you, your lotus feet, will never fail to get your blessings. Satya ashisha, your ashisha or your blessings are unfailing, are true and unfailing. O Bhagavan, tava pada padmam ashihi tava hi bhagavam tava pada padmam ashihi tatha anubhajatah. The one who worships you, serves you, does kankaryam. Purushartha Murtehe, you are the one who is the Murti of all Purusharthas. You are the one who gives Artha, you are the one who gives Dharma, Kama, you are the one who gives Dharma, you are the one who gives Moksha. You are the one who is the embodiment of all of these Purusharthas, and I look for the highest Purushartha. I need others also. I am not in a state to say, oh, I don't want Artha, Kama. I want, but I hold moksha as the highest purushartha. I hold that as the highest. I need these because of my predispositions. I have come with some prarabdha. I have come with some things which, if I don't clear it, then I am not able to think of moksha. I'm so consumed with my desire for artha and kama that I am not able to think about moksha. Even consumed by dharma, sometimes just doing for other people becomes a very it consumes you so much. We feel that doing for others is the most important thing. It is, but then it also becomes like an addiction. It becomes like coffee, drinking coffee or having a drug. If you are not able to do for somebody, are you still peaceful? If you don't get an opportunity, nobody comes and asks you anything. Okay? You are somebody who does for everybody around. Suddenly nobody comes and asks you anything. Are you going to feel miserable? Are you suddenly going to feel a lack of identity? You yaar mein idme kekle na useless aite na. Have I become meaningless? These are things that we need to evaluate for ourselves, because if you go into that mode, it means that doing for others has become your coffee. It has become your drug. Dharma can also be a trap. Kama is a trap, artha is a trap, dharma is also a trap. Moksha is the liberation. The moksha liberation that we talk about is also from dharma, artha, kama. Moksha is also from kama, artha, dharma, all of these three. So moksha is the liberation of all these three pursuits that all of us look for. The Maslow's triangle we talk about, right? The triangle of self-actualization. So we don't want to get caught in any one of these. This is Purushartha Murtehe. You are the one who was offering me all of this. You are the one who's also offering the moksha. Moksha ishyami. Apyeva Marya Bhagavan Paripati Dinan. Out of your compassion. Api evam Arya. O Bhagavan. Paripati Dinan. The helpless ones like us, you are the one who protects. Paripati. How? Just as how a cow takes care of its calf. Vashreva, Vashre iva Vatsakam. Vatsakam anugraha katarosman. Out of compassion, how the cow takes care of the calf, you are the Gopala. Gopala. He's called Gopala because he is the Palaka of all go. And considering ourselves as go, we are the cows, we are the calf or the cows, and he is the one who takes care. So here the example is how the cow, out of compassion, takes care of the calf. And that comes, it's a Vatsalya Bhava. The Bhava that is presented here is Vatsalya Bhava of motherhood, of a mother and a child. So he ends up saying that, oh Bhagavan, you are full of compassion. Whatever you are doing is completely out of compassion and grace. Is it possible for us to think like that? Everything that you're doing. And remember, visualize this boy is standing there in the forest. He has done tapasya, kathor tapas for 6 months as a little boy of 5 or 6 years old. He's done, he's taken up untold austerities and he's standing in the forest, and then Bhagavan is standing in front of him and he is feeling the overflow of compassion from Bhagavan. Can we feel that? Can we experience Bhagavan's compassion? Can we perceive it? Can we see that? And even if you don't feel it like that, can we visualize it that yes, Bhagavan is compassionate towards me? Can we assert something that may not be quite visible? See, the same life that we are living has been led by or has been living are being lived by so many different people in the world, and they are also, and there are people in the world today. There is this um, what is that Swamiji in Vrindavan? He's become very famous now. He goes Radhe Radhe all the time. He's in yellow. Premanand Swami, yeah, Swami.
ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಮುಗುದಾನಂದ
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೇಮಾನಂದ್ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಇನ್ನೊರ್ತಾರೆ. He's
ಪ್ರೇಮಾನಂದ್ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್.
Premanand Maharaj. So all his discourses are in Hindi. So he's fully clad in yellow, Pitambar. He goes Radhe 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 all the time. There are people even today who are going through, and you should, if you get to read and listen to his biography, what he has not had an easy life. Today you may see big size guy sitting with 10 people around him. That was not the situation always. He went through a lot of difficulties and he's got a lot of physical ailments also. But you will never see any of that on his face. He'll always be Radhe 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 Radhe. That joy. So there are people around us who are experiencing that joy right now in the same world. உங்களுக்கு புரியாது ஏன் கஷ்டம். This is our standard statement. Say, you will not understand my problem. If somebody goes and says, hey, why are you worried? Just say Radhe Radhe, Narayana, Narayana, Krishna, Krishna, Om Namah Shivaya. Just chant and be in that joy. You have to do whatever you have to do. You're not ignoring that. You're not running away from it. But be in this joy. Feel this joy inside that yes, he is taking care of me. He's putting me through this difficult situation. He is there throughout. Like that example is usually said, right? When I was walking on a beach when I was happy and I was walking on the beach, I saw two footsteps. One was mine, one was God's. And then there were times or difficulties, I saw only one footstep. And I wondered where was God. And then God says that footstep was me. I was carrying you. Right? We don't think like that. கஷ்டம் வரைச்சா ஐயோ கடவுள் காணுமே தான் is what you think. So you will not understand my problem. You can say, oh, he's sitting there, Aram say he's doing bhajans, he's doing Aram say this thing, he has no problem. Everybody has a problem. Understand this truth. We are all equal in terms of our problems. We can be unique in our joy, experience of joy. We think the other way. We think the other way. We think we are unique in our problems. சந்தோஷம் எல்லாருக்கும் தானே வருது, அதுல என்ன இருக்கு? But my problem is the world's greatest problem, most unique problem, most complicated problem. Whatever your problem is for you, and we try to explain to the other person, okay, you are like this, but you will never know what I am going through. Why should somebody know what you are going through? They have their problems, because you will never be able to understand what they are going through. This is important to understand. We are unique in being able to experience our joy. We can make ourselves unique. You see the world suffering, you can find that joy inside, you can find that bliss, you can find that peace. You're unique. In difficulties and problems, we are all one and the same. Right? An ant can carry 50 times its weight. Can you carry? Can we carry? I can't carry 500 kilos. I'm 100 kilos. I can't carry 500 kilos. But an ant can carry 50 times its weight. $5,000. Sorry. 100 weight, na 5,000 should be equivalent of that, right? So an ant can carry, we can't. So what does it mean? Each one has a capability to what they are made for. And each human being is also individual. You have your prarabdha, you have your abilities, you are given the amount of pain and tolerance and problems and what that you can undergo. I've been given what I can undergo. Right? Some of us, even if something comes and a big something happens to us also, we may be able to take it. And somebody, a small mosquito will bite and suddenly it will become a big thing. We can't compare that way. So importantly, he's saying that Vashreva Vatsakam Anugraha Katarosman. You take care of us, O Bhagavan, as how a child is taken care of by the mother, as how a cow takes care of its calf tenderly. You are taking care of me. This urudi, this determination, this nishchaya is important. Upanishad, the word Upanishad, the word Upanishad. The ni in between is nishchaya. I want this. This is my nishchaya. This is my determination. Bhagavan is my only solace. I'm not going to keep playing around in this world. I will play the game of life, the way he wants me to. And each one is different again. Remember, comparison kills you. Comparison with this person, that person. அவ அப்படி இருக்கா பாருங்க, இவ அப்படி இருக்கா பாருங்க. You learn and apply. But don't make it a constant endeavor to keep comparing, because you'll never end. Who another person will suddenly come when you're at the age of 70s, another person will come in your life and you'll compare. Where will it end? And that is why we never feel fulfilled. Whatever you do, you will never feel fulfilled. It's a curse that we have put upon ourselves, because we want to continue to compare ourselves. We want to continue to compare people around us. We want to compare my husband, my wife, my child, my this thing, my that thing. I want to compare with other people. Continues. Never ends. And then you say, Bhagavane, எனக்கு நிம்மதியே இல்ல பகவானே. Where நிம்மதி? Every day you take a hammer and keep hitting yourself like that. Bhagavane, Bhagavane. He'll be sitting there and laughing. நீ பகவானே பகவானே கூட முட்டாளே முட்டாளேன்னு அவர் சொல்லிட்டு இருப்பாரு. This is the truth of our lives. If you know that this is the truth, Nanyaf pantha ayanaya vidyate, if you have established yourself to say, like Purusha Suktam says, there is no other path, no other truth, this is the only way. Nanyaf pantha na anya panthaha ayanaya vidyate, to know, to live this kind of life, there is no other truth. If you know it this way, then that's it. Don't deter here and there. Don't keep measuring. I did for so many days, nothing happened. Transformation happens like a rose flower opening up from a bud. Have you ever seen when it actually opens up? It is a process. The process will transform. You will slowly become joyful. You'll slowly become blissful. You'll slowly become independent. You'll slowly become inclusive. You'll slowly become this Vatsalya Bhava that he talks about will also arise in us. Because compassion is not just for the mother and the child. It's not just for Bhagavan and the Bhakta. It is for us also. We should also have that level of compassion with people around. Right? So the last verse he talks about is grace. Yakara. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And here is grace. He says, Bhagavan, I pray, I did this to you, I did that to you, all I did. At the end of it, I realize it is only grace, your grace, that can hold me. But for that, I have done. Dhruva can proudly say that, yes, I have completely surrendered my life energies, my life, everything to you, Bhagavan. And does it stop there? Now Bhagavan has given vision to him, he has given Ashirvadam, he has given everything. Now does it end? Now can he get up and go and do whatever he wants to do? No. Now what he has absorbed, he has to live that life. He has to live with the same feeling, the same bhakti, the same devotion, the same principles of the highest Purushartha he must live. So Bhagavan Narayana tells him that I will make you the pole star. Dhruva Nakshatra. I shall make you the pole star. Why? Because whenever people, Dhruva Nakshatra is something that is always seen in the night sky, the North Pole star. Whenever we look up at night, it is seen. So he says, I shall make you this pole star so that when everybody looks at you, they remember the story. They remember this episode of you and me that has transpired and what they can learn. And which is why the whole Dhruva Stuti also came from Dhruva Maharishi. So that through this we can remember how he put himself in complete surrender to Bhagavan. How he put himself. We remember this. And then whenever we look at that, it's like, oh, so this is that Dhruva. This is that great Maharishi who did this when he was 5 years of old age. And Bhagavatam says that he lived 36,000 years after that. Bhagavatam says Dhruva Maharishi ruled. So he went back after all this thing he did in the forest. Then Narayana continued to be with him. He continued to carry the consciousness of Bhagavan. He went back. Then the king, the father, because of whom, and the stepmother, because of whom he went into the forest, they all came to receive him. They saw this bright child now, because Narada came and told them. Narada came and told that the son who went, and the father, Uttanapada, he felt that animals would have eaten him, my son is dead and all that. Narada comes after some time and he says, don't worry, your son is alive. He's had Bhagavad Darshanam. He did this tapasya, kathor tapasya and all that. He narrates to him. And then the father is so excited and exhilarated to come and meet his son. comes and meets the son, and the stepmother also comes and apologizes and gives him love, and then he also accepts them and all that, and then the father makes him the next in the Yuvaraj, right? And then he lives, and then after the father, then father takes up Vanaprastha. Dhruva Maharishi then grows up and then rules the kingdom. He says, Bhagavatam says 36,000 years. Bhagavatam has an interesting way of aging the number of years, etc. But it says 36,000 years, right? But the message for us and the important thing for us to note is whether he lived for another 36 years or 36,000 years, that is immaterial. Point is, how did he live? Now, in Mahabharata, after the Mahabharata, they ruled for 36 years. The Pandavas, Yudhishthira as the Chakravarti, ruled for 36 years. So that is the Mahabharata. Here he has ruled for 36,000 years. But doesn't matter. The important thing is, how did he rule? How did he live? He can't keep, see, whenever, this is also something that happens to us. We've had some experience, beautiful experience of Bhagwan. We've had some very nice things that have happened in our life. And we keep talking about it for the next 36,000 years. We keep doing that, right? Well, now, whenever anybody comes to Dhruva, if he keeps saying that, Bhagwan came to me, I did this tapasya, I only did that. Bhagwan came to me. Bhagwan did this to me. I wrote the Dhruva Stuti, 12 verses. You must read it. I have published it. That is not the point. People coming should experience that in his life, in his presence. Yes, he is a man of God. Yes, people say that he has had Bhagavad Darshanam. I can experience that in him. I can see that. Yes, he has had that. This is important. If you had a visitation of Bhagavan, if you had some dream, some beautiful this thing, you only keep talking about it. It doesn't impact you in some way, right? That one day you will feel so beautiful, so elated, so aha, blissful and all that. Bhagavan eniki idu pantar, Bhagavan adu pannitar and all that. And then you'll just keep talking about it. It should change you. It should transform you. That transformation should happen within us. And people come and see, they should notice something beautiful, something different. There's a fragrance, there is a flavor, there is a fragrance. When a flower blossoms, where is the smell of the rose when the rose is a bud? Where is it? Think about it. And when it blossoms, where does the smell come from? Does it get generated from outside somewhere? So when you blossom, there will be a fragrance that will also come along. And that fragrance, people will be able to smell it in your presence. They'll be able to smell. I don't mean this oud. UAE எல்லாம் வந்து இந்த ஊது அடிச்சுப்பா நல்லா அப்படியே ஃபுல்லா. They'll take a shower in water and then they'll take a shower in this perfume. ஒரு 2 கிலோமீட்டர்லேருந்து அங்கேருந்து அப்படியே you can smell it. How does this rose get its fragrance? It comes from within. Because the joy of blossoming, there is a beautiful smell that comes. It's a fragrance. I mean, by smell, I mean the fragrance of the perfume of your presence. These are symbolic words used to, suggest an idea. The perfume of your presence, when you go and you visit and you meet somebody, you are in somebody's presence, do they feel that perfume? Aha, this person came. It was so nice. It was so gentle. It was so peaceful. It was so pleasant. He spoke the right amount. He ate the right amount. He said the right amount. It just feels right. Right? Not like, ஐயோ எப்பதான் கிளம்புவாரோ ஐயோ வரப்போறாளா. No, you come, you experience. So this will happen when you have experienced that and you carry that within you all the time. And this is what Dhruva did. And as a pole star, he remains means what? He continues to emanate that Bhagavad Kripa, Bhagavan's Kripa, Bhagavan's grace. He is there as a testimony. He is a testimony to say Bhagavan grace is there. It can be achieved by anybody. If a boy like me at age of 5, I can get it. உங்களுக்கெல்லாம் என்னையா பெரிய இது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி he's looking at us and telling, right? It's also assuring that don't worry. Ma shuchaha, do not worry. You will also get it. Banat banat banjai. Lahari Masaya, Mahatar Babaji's disciple. He would say this. People will come to him, Gurudev, we do this, we are doing this, we are doing this, nothing is happening. Say, don't worry, continue doing. Says Banat Banat Banjai. Banat Banat means happening, it will happen one day. Like the blossoming of the flower. It will happen one day. That's it. Don't worry. Find joy in the process. We keep doing, we keep doing, we keep doing. Right? So that is a beautiful Dhruva Stuti. Through Bhagwan's grace, we are able to do, despite obstacles and all that came also, somehow we are able to continue and meditate upon Dhruva's verses and inspire ourselves, right? There are times there are difficulties on the outside, there are times there are difficulties in the inside. Both are equally troublesome. Both these troubles, we need to use these tools as anchors to hold on. The rope, you hold it as a rope, right? It's a beautiful example of there's a tiger chasing somebody, and he's not able to climb up the tree, but he sees a rope, catches hold of the rope, and then the tiger is trying to catch hold of the guy, but the moment he catches hold of the rope, the tiger is not able to get to the guy, because now he can catch the rope and go up. So all these problems like tigers and lions and leopards and cheetahs and hyenas, they're hounding us. Catch hold of this rope. Yeah. So that's a beautiful Dhruva Stuti. Raghu was telling me for a long time we should do something from Srimad Bhagavatam. So thanks to Raghu to
Thanks, Sudhu.
motivate
I
and
think
inspire.
last year for our Jagannatha trip, we started Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya chanting. So we finished almost an year. And this year, 365, then you started Dhruva Stuti.
Very nice. Very nice. Correct. That was very beautiful. Thank you very much. We'll chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya about 12 times, and then we'll close the satsang. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. सदाशिवायेति समर्पयामि. जगदम्बिकेति समर्पयामि. सद्गुरुनाथायेति समर्पयामि. हरि ओं तत्सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. देवा